So I am here with Petty Officer First Class Christopher Yacht. Thanks so much for, coming out today and talking to us a little bit about safety out there on the water.
Absolutely, appreciate the opportunity to share the message.
Yeah, and that's actually what we really want to make sure people at home know about. So let's talk about, some of the biggest safety things that you need to know if you're going out in the water.
Yeah, absolutely. First thing is you want to make sure your boat's in good working condition. Now, a great thing for doing that is getting with our Coast Guard Auxiliary. If something's wrong with your boat, they'll tell you what's wrong and they'll tell you how you can fix it.
Wow. Now, how often do we do that?
So we recommend doing it yearly. Sometimes they'll have like a vessel safety seminar where they might just set up at a marina. They'll say, hey, we're doing free vessel safety checks from, 10 to 1 or whatever. Or if that's not available, you can reach directly out to them through their website, and they can either come to you, they can meet you at a marina, or whatever gets set up.
Well, we want to talk about safety in terms of a lot of people out on the boat. It's fun, it's summertime. But one big thing is this Operation Dry Water. Tell us a little bit about that.
So Operation Dry Water is it's a year-round targeted campaign for boating under the influence.
Okay.
It's an education campaign, but it's also an enforcement campaign. We want people to have fun, but we also want people to know the dangers of boating under the influence.
Life jackets, it's another thing that is so important. As a parent, you're like, oh, we want to go out as a family and have fun. But for the parents with the kiddos who are like, my kids know how to swim, they're fine without a life jacket. No, you need a life jacket.
Absolutely. It's an easy thing to get caught up in. Hey, I know how to swim. Like you said, a lot of times when people enter the water in the marine environment, it's when they're not expecting it to.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to put on a life jacket as you're falling into the water.
Yeah, so you've got to have it on. Now,
Yes.
Wearing brighter colors, that's something that you say would be helpful to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the nice thing is life jackets do a good job in that. A lot of them are orange or bright yellow, and
Yeah.
those are the colors we recommend, maybe a neon green.
Yeah.
But, sometimes people go out. I have kids, and they're looking at, hey, well, maybe we want a blue life jacket for a boy, or, that's what the child wants. And blue in the water,
Not good.
you might be able to see it if eyes are on it, from the get-go. But as when you take in wave action, when you're talking about maybe searching from the air with a helicopter,
Yeah.
it's almost impossible to see. With our boats, with our safety equipment,
Yeah.
it's all bright orange.
Yeah.
And that's the exact reason is so we can be seen, and that's what we recommend for boaters. Just
Yeah.
have something bright.
And the last thing you want to do is think about an emergency or something bad potentially happening. But you have to before you go out, and there is a reason, like you say.
100%.
Now, if we've got people, who are boaters, what's the best way that you guys kind of communicate conditions? Okay, not a good day to take the boat out, water is way too choppy.
The best way for checking weather conditions is hopping online for the NOAA. They always have marine forecasts out there. They can tell you the forecasted winds, the forecasted wave height, and a lot of times it breaks it down to even time of day.
Yeah.
So, boaters can get a really good insight as to, hey, there's something going on out there, there's a small craft advisory. Should we even go out? Is it even going to be enjoyable?
Well, yeah, it's so important to have fun, but safety, it really is paramount, and that's got to be the first thing that you're thinking about.
100%.
I want to go down there and kind of hang maybe on one of these boats.
Yeah,
What do you
let's
think?
do it.
Let's continue to talk about safety. All right, let's go down there.
All right.
So I made my way to the water. We are now on the boat. I'm with BM3, Stephen Homsche. So I've got to say, as I'm out here, I'm kind of holding on a little bit. You are used to this. But it made me think, let's say you've got a few drinks in you and you're on a boat, you're already feeling the movement. And then when you have the alcohol, that is just a horrible combination.
Oh yeah, when you're drinking even on dry land, you start losing your balance and getting unstable, and you come out on a boat doing the same thing. You have weather elements taking you, just the general buoyancy of the boat,
Yeah.
rocking around and all that. You're gonna be losing balance, and you can have a huge danger of falling overboard. That's a really, really dangerous situation, especially out here on Lake Erie.
Absolutely. I've got to ask you about rescues. What do you guys see the most rescues that you do?
I'd say a lot of times the rescues that we do is just due to general forgetfulness, honestly. Running out of fuel, not checking your boat when you take it out after the winter, not having life jackets, falling overboard. It's just a lot of safety stuff that people need to think about before they get into the water, before they especially get on a boat. just another big vehicle moving on water. It's more dangerous than you think it is.
Yeah, it is, and it can be dangerous. And it's like you want to have fun, but at the same time, there are some really key important things. You guys have done a lot of rescues so far this year. You know, what would you say to someone who's maybe watching this and they want to go out on the boat that you think is a really critical reminder?
I'd say before you get on a boat, think about what you're doing, have a plan, know what your weather elements are going to be, where you're going to be going. Have all your safety equipment with you. Make sure that if something happens to you on the boat, you have something that can make noise, you have flares with you, your lights are working. Just make sure everything on your boat is set. Life jackets are crucial. I mean, you absolutely have to have them. We'll terminate your boat completely if you don't have it.
Yeah, so again, just another good reminder. You've got a lot of good reminders. One thing is on social media, I always see you guys with reminders and things to let people know. What's the best place to go just for more information?
I would say just that, our social media. Coast Guard's posting stuff on Facebook and Instagram all the time. If you have a local Coast Guard by you, like out here, you can do Station Cleveland Harbor for our Facebook. We're constantly posting on there. District 9 as well. Just any type of social media the Coast Guard has, they're posting constant reminders to be safe, have high visibility, life jackets and swimsuits. Just take care of yourself out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And have fun, but again, do it safely and the proper way. Well, thank you so much for letting me come out. This has been a lot of fun. I do like dry land, though, a little bit better than on the day today that we're out here. We want to make sure, though, you are safe. We'll be right back on CLE Weekend.